Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Matt here, and James.
Hello.
There. Will is going to be joining us. He's just running a few minutes late. So welcome to the stream this week. We are going to be talking about Imperial Fists, continuing on our Legion overview thing that we've been doing. But while we're waiting for Will to arrive, what we thought we'd do is have a little bit of a chat about our trip to Warhammer World that we've just had.
Yeah.
Which was very, very cool. So I'll let you get started.
I've got these in my pocket as well. Sorry, I forgot about the coins.
Oh yes, yeah, I've got them.
So myself and Matt and my friend Rob went along to. Will's here. Will, we are live.
I know.
We literally just started.
I saw the notification. I was literally just sitting down at my computer, so I'm a bit late.
That's right, no worries. Hi Dan, hi Mark, hi Peter. Blimey.
Yeah, so me and Matt went to Warhammer World this weekend. It was awesome. Exhibition, always awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Sorry, can I butt in? Was there any? Because we haven't been up. Last time I was there was when I was with you guys and we played a few games.
Yep. That was September, I think.
Yeah. Were there any new of the big sort of display exhibition pieces?
There was a Necron and Blood Angels one.
Oh.
Which is okay. It's full of Primaris.
Actually, that's a good point because because I used my Primaris when I was last up, but I don't think any of the displays had got Primaris in yet.
No, I don't think they did. They've added Calgar and some Primaris to the giant one with the world.
Oh, have they? Oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah. And they've changed some of the chaos stuff as well. They put like a storm sword in and stuff. Hi, Craig.
Yeah. And hello, Craig.
Yeah, we bumped. Craig spent the day with us pretty much as well.
He did.
So, which was nice, chatting and meeting up with him. But yeah, they've kind of got rid of a lot of the heresy side of it. It's really small.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. There's like 1, 2.
I mean, there's still the big Iron Hands Emperor's Children.
Emperor's Children, because that's that's one is right there as you walk into one of the rooms.
Yeah, Which they've moved. They've moved it.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, because the World Eaters Spaceport isn't in the corner anymore. They've moved it to the other corner.
Okay.
They've also added to the Custodes Prospero Burns thing as well.
That's significantly bigger now.
Yeah, that was quite a small. That was quite a small.
Yeah, they've added the Orion. They've added all the extra units that Custodes.
Okay, cool.
The Heresy bit is really tiny. They've got like a cabinet in the middle with all the character models in. They've got a couple of small army section. There's not a lot. There's probably 5 or 6 models of not even every legion. Just a couple.
Yeah, so they've got like the
like the Iron Hands. They got the Fellblade, a Dreadnought, and some Immortals, I think.
Yeah, they've got most of the Legion specific stuff in those tables.
Yeah, but there's really the Heresy side of the event in the exhibition is really small.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I suppose that's just because they're still kind of running high on the whole 8th edition 40k. You know, still fairly fresh and new, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
They changed the Death Corps little diorama with the big ruined building. They've changed that slightly. They put some of the Minotaur tanks in the background, which I don't remember being there.
I don't remember the Death Corps
it's very, very
diorama at all.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's got the old Forge World trenches along it and stuff, which is quite cool.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And then they had your big fate. Did you see the Dark Angels diorama wheel last time you went?
Oh no, that's new.
No, what?
Yeah.
Give me a sec. I'm going to drive up right now.
Yeah, we were. James and I walked past it, and we were like,
we'll be humping the glass.
It's pretty epic. There's 4 Thunderhawks on it or something.
Oh, nice.
And loads of other stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they're fighting though.
It's the Plague Marines.
Oh, okay, that's quite cool.
Death Guard, yeah. But yeah, as always, walk through the Age of Sigmar bit. It is nice and everything else, but we mainly went there for Heresy, so
Yeah,
that's understandable.
it's good. We all picked up loads of these coins as well, which is cool. So you know when you die and you like the Greeks used to put them on the eyes. This is what we have. This is what us Heresy players have to do.
Yep. There's a little machine out front that creates little stamped coins. There's a loyalist one with there's one Imperial credit with a Marine helmet and an Aquila on it, and then there's a Chaos one.
We made the joke, didn't we? Saying that this is what you have to buy your Forge Orb with now. You have to go and put your money in the machine and buy your Forge Orb with these coins.
Yeah, definitely. That would be a very nice little twist, actually.
Yeah, no, we got. I mean, I got 2 sets. Matt got two sets.
2 sets.
Maybe envisaging doing something with these later on.
So giveaway or something, maybe.
Yeah,
which would be cool. And Will, you'll be pleased to know the dice that we got don't roll an inordinate number of 6s.
They do roll.
Just
good.
Wait till I get to them.
They roll really well. I mean, I exploded 4 things in one turn.
How did the games go? Because I don't think I've asked.
Yeah, so I took my 3,000 point list that I'm going to take to Greetings next weekend.
Yeah.
Including 6 dreadnoughts.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the game against James, I think all but one of them exploded, which was very entertaining.
Oh, brilliant.
And then I played Rob again afterwards as well. Yeah, but you only lost on points. If it had been a kill points type thing, you would have won quite easily. And then I played Rob, and he ran Iron Warriors and Mechanicum, I think it was, and 4 out of 6 of my dreadnoughts exploded.
Wow.
Yeah,
some explodey dreadnoughts.
I did, yes, but it was very, very cool. I lost that game, but I won the game against James. So that's all that matters.
The Mastodon is awful, by the way.
Oh, really? What list did you bring? Because I saw the Mastodon was there, but
so I didn't have a lot on the
I know you did post in the chat, but I can't remember.
The other thing to mention as well is my game against Matt. My Predators didn't come on either.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So if they'd come on, then I think I probably would have almost.
Yeah, well, my tactical squads would have been wiped out on the turn they arrived.
Oh, the plasma squad coming out of the Mastodon was so good. Yeah, Ortec Moore, I love him.
Yeah. James ran.
I ran Ortec Moore with Terminators in a Mastodon with 2 tactical support squads, 1 plasma, 1 melter. 2
10-man tactical squads in Rhinos.
A Leviathan in a drop pod, and 2 Predators.
Okay.
And the Venator as well.
Yes.
Oh, yes. The Venator.
So it was quite a compact army. It wasn't a lot of stuff, but it hit quite hard.
It did, yeah. And the Venator actually did quite well this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
And what else was it? Matt bloody immobilized both my rhinos turn 1. And I stuck them right at the back of the table.
That's annoying.
It was really good. It was a really fun day. Obviously Craig spent the day with us.
Yeah,
it was great actually talking to Craig. He's like full on Heresy at the minute, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love seeing the Heresy community. I'm like literally back hard for Heresy again as well.
Yeah.
With I bought stuff as well.
Yeah, so I saw that.
Yeah, I bought some Alpha Legion.
I saw that. You'd been making a start.
Yeah, and I've just literally dug out my Zone Mortalis.
Oh, nice.
Getting it sorted so I can play some Zone Mortalis again, which is going to be good. So I'm going to build some small Zone Mortalis armies and stuff to play Zone Mortalis. So
that's a cool idea.
Next couple of weeks, that's what I'm going to be working on.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good. Yep. So hobby-wise, what's people been working on?
Who wants to start?
I'll start. I normally go last, so I'll start this time. I've not actually done very much since our day up at Warhammer World. I'd made a bit more progress on my Grave Warden, ready for Callum's event the week after Ghoul Stars.
Yeah, we've got Ghoul Stars next week.
So I'm trying to finish them off in time, obviously. And that's about it, really. I've sort of been focusing a lot more on planning the move.
Oh, of course, yeah, you've got the move.
Yes. Which is obviously... Yeah, no worries. So that's sort of taking up most of my time at the moment, is sorting that out.
My keys. These ones, you mean?
Yeah.
How about you, James? What were you not saying?
Well, I mean, I don't know if people can see the little dude that's in front of me.
Your test model.
Yeah, I've been. I don't know how clear that's coming up on the screen. But
let me see if I can mute Will Willis.
There we go.
Okay, if I hear you banging out.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, that. I mean, it's not showing up. It is greeny blue. It's not pure blue. Like you see on the screen, it is just like a bit greeny blue. But yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, Will's back.
Yeah, he is back.
So yeah,
that's right. No worries.
So I painted him, and that's pretty much all I've done apart from dig out Zomatalis table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, I've also been reading the rules and absorbing them all for Heralds of Ruin.
Oh, the
nice.
Heresy
Kill Team. Yeah, inspired entirely by Callum. I have to say,
I need to go watch that
most recent video.
That's fair enough.
And equally, I know while he's on, his How to Defeat a Primarch Death Star. If you watch that, that is one of the greatest.
That would come in handy.
Does it involve 20 Ashen Circle?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's even better than that. I was very, very impressed. Give it a watch if you get a chance. It's definitely worth it.
Just a quick shout as well. I've just been listening to the latest episode of Unremembered Heresy.
Yeah.
And Callum and Sam and Jody talk about fast attack choices.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Seekers with Plasma, Callum, you dirty, dirty bugger.
BS5 with Preferred Enemy.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting in my Alpha Legion.
That sounds entirely unpleasant.
Yeah.
So Will, hobby progress for you?
I've made a bit more progress on repainting the black Dark Angels. So more of them are now slowly turning green.
Mm-hmm.
Still got quite a lot to go, but making slow progress on that. I've also ripped all of the old World Eaters that I had off their bases.
Ah.
And I'm going to use the ice bases that I've got.
Oh,
they're currently sitting empty. And sorry, one second. They work okay.
All right.
So yeah,
bring it back in a minute.
So yeah, Warhammer World as always. It's awesome. I love it.
It's fantastic. Should we have a quick look at the chat while we're?
Yeah, I mean we've got
waiting for
10 people watching. Cake, no hat, new camera angle, new mic. What's going on, James?
I'm back.
Oh, hello, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Dave. The ice bases are because they were sitting around unused for quite a while, and I really like them. So I thought I'm going to.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like a really good plan. It'd be a great contrast on your those World Eaters.
Well, at the moment, I've ripped all the World Eaters off, but I haven't put anything on to the ice bases yet.
Okay.
And I don't know whether to put the World Eaters that I've got on or wait for the inevitable new models for the World Eaters because they must be coming.
Yeah, but when's that going to happen?
Well, the thing is, I'm not in any rush to get
that's fair.
Done. And the more I look at them, and especially if new models do come out, they're going to look really different. As much as I like the Age of Sigmar Khorne Bloodborne models or whatever as Marines, they're going to look hugely different, and they're going to just look bizarre. So I might just get them all ready because I could probably touch up the bases a little bit and finish them off because I think there's a few that need sort of some more glazing done on them, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Is this a World Eaters army?
Pardon?
The World Eaters army?
Yeah.
Is this for 40k or 30k?
This is 40k. I don't have a 30k World Eaters army.
I nearly had a 30k World Eaters.
funny that.
I was so close to buying. And then I looked at the models, and I really didn't like the Rampagers or the Red Butcher models.
I'm not a big fan of any of the World Eater models, to be honest with you. Even
oh no, I love Angron and the Khan model.
I like Khan, but I don't like.
I really like those.
Really nice as well.
Contemptor's nice as well.
I bought the best Contemptor though. I think the Alpha Legion is probably my favourite Contemptor.
No, I don't know. Night Lords.
Raven Guard.
The Raven Guard ones very cool.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one.
So,
right, let's have a look. See what we got. What have we got going on in the chat?
Sorry. So we've got Callum. He would have been there if he didn't have a house viewing. Craig did mention that.
That's all right. We'll let you off this time.
Just this time.
Dan Evening. He's doing the finishing touches to his Prospero Bridge terrain piece, which looks freaking amazing.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's basically very similar to the Warhammer World Prospero sort of bit. It looks really cool. What else we got up there? Hello Mythos, I presume.
Good evening.
I still couldn't find that assassin when I went 2 weeks ago. Mark Hewitt. We spent
ages.
40 minutes in that room.
Yeah.
I really just trying to find it.
Yeah, but all we kept spotting was all the bits that they've changed.
Yeah. It's like, is it that guy hiding in there?
They've moved all the Grey Knights. They've moved they've got rid of some of the Imperial Knights as well on the table.
Yeah, there seem to be fewer Titans as well on there actually.
Oh really?
So
yes.
Yeah, but what new releases came out? It's just bundles, wasn't it? I think this week.
Termite.
Oh yeah, no, Termite was week before.
That was the week before. Yeah, because the big elephant. It was the Oryx armored transport.
That's.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but they stupidly discontinued the tank crew models.
Yes,
for the solar.
The same day that they brought that out.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's. Sorry, were you going to say something?
I was just going to try and sell stuff. So yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know. The model it doesn't really interest me, and the rules don't. There's nothing exciting about it whatsoever.
Yeah. It's a 30k Chimera or like a slightly worse Rhino, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's nice and cheap if you want, something to protect. If you're playing Astra Militarum, whatever the what they called Solar Auxilia. And you want something to protect your guys from light arms fire, then
they're only a 10-man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
12, isn't it? 12 man capacity.
No, the Termite is 12.
Oh yes, sorry, beg your pardon.
So, but the thing is, they're going to be perfect for your storm sections and your flamer sections.
Yeah, and it's literally 35 points to get an extra 3 essentially armor 11 wounds.
Yeah.
It's not too bad rules wise. It's just not exciting rules wise.
No, I mean I could imagine literally flat out in this up the table to get your flamer squad, your flamer unit on your opponent's edge.
I was going to say, to be honest, if you could remove the heavy stubber it comes with and take 2 points off, I would probably do that every time and just have no weapons on it. Just use it as a pure.
I mean, if anybody wants any tank crew for them, I think I've got some laying around from my old solar.
Shameless plug here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to make money to buy more heresies. So I've got like 2 flamers and 2 multi lasers. But one thing I do want to mention, it is a sad time because the Elysian drop troops are going, which is, I know it's 40k, but they've always had a soft spot in my heart. I really like the models; they look really cool. Yeah,
they are very cool models.
Now I've actually looked at them properly. They're very solar auxiliary because they've got the quilted sort of armor. Cotton pad not cotton pads. What am I about? Like patches on their suits and stuff, which is really cool. But they're all disappearing. There's so much that's disappearing actually.
There is, but then in theory that just means they're making more new stuff.
Yeah, I mean even the little Turox thing is disappearing as well. Is it Turox?
The Tauros.
That's a
buggy
model.
thing.
The buggy from what did I say the other day? Terra Nova. Yeah. Basically, the buggies they drive around in is pretty much what that is.
Yeah.
So, which is that's sad because they're going, but it might mean that something else is going to fill the spot.
Another Marine army.
I'm hoping it's like more Deering Guard or whatever it is, or something along those lines.
The Mordians, yeah.
Mordian, that's the one.
Mordian Army Guard. Yeah, that'd be cool.
So
I'd have to buy one just to call him Roland.
So
definitely,
it was awesome.
Good trip. Fun.
So that's pretty much it for new releases. There's not really a lot.
No, there doesn't seem to have been too much. In fact, it's literally just that one thing.
Yeah.
And obviously the sad news about the Elysians. But anyway, shall we get on with it?
Yes.
Shall we get on to what all of these fine people have come to hear?
The nitty-gritty of the stream, which
the
is
nitty-gritty.
Where did my books go?
that super exciting, completely exhilarating, edgy Legion.
Absolutely.
The Imperial Fists.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are one of my faves as well.
I have to say, like,
I think all three of us like them.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm as keen on their sort of fluff as you two, but I think the models for the Imperial Fists are pretty much all round awesome.
I think for the models, they're like Legion specific models fit their fluff like spot on as well.
Absolutely. I always loved seeing the fists when you had your big army of them.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't dislike the fluff. I just think they're a bit straight.
They're
you know, they're what their fluff is. They're defenders and they're stoic and all that kind of stuff. Which
exactly.
You know, I won't say their fluff doesn't work because it does. It's just not the most exciting. You know, they don't all ride around on bikes like the White Scars or.
No, they just carry big slabs of metal around.
Yeah.
So and they like pain.
I do very, very much like Sigismund though. Although I think that's.
Oh, see, I'm a Pollux man.
I'm
really.
Yeah.
I just the thing is I like Sigismund and I like him in the Heresy. He's awesome in the Heresy, but having now read the Aaron Dembski Bowden book, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but which is set like 1,000 years after the Heresy.
Yeah.
He's like genuinely one of my favorite characters in the entire 30k or 40k settings because of that book.
Yeah.
Callum's just put they are the Monday to Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
In a good mid-level.
Yeah, I think
they're middle management now.
Yeah. No, I do love the Imperial Fists. I think everybody's got a kind of a. If Ultramarines weren't the poster boys for Games Workshop, I think it'd be Imperial Fists.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I feel like the Imperial Fists are sort of the poster boys for the Siege of Terror.
Yes.
Definitely.
Like, although the Blood Angels and the White Scars were there, when you think of the Siege of Terror, for me anyway, you think of the Imperial Fists.
Yeah, the thin line of yellow on top of the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like they do have my second favorite model in like the army as well. Like Pollux is such a nice model. I'm not keen on Sigismund's model.
Actually, I really like. I prefer him with the helmet.
Yeah, with the helmet, yeah, definitely. But I think Pollux, it's kind of edges a bit more for me.
Yes, fair enough.
So they are the 7th Legion.
They are indeed the 7th Legion.
Would you like me to read the little bit at the top?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god, there's loads of big words in this. Oh god, right. The Legions of the 7th are known as Stoic Praetorians of Terror.
What did I say? I literally said Stoic.
You did, yeah.
The embodiment of all that the Great Crusade stands for. They are loyal, disciplined, and methodological, and masters of both the attack and defense. As the Imperium expands ever outwards, so the crusade of the Imperial Fists are to be found at a very leading edge of compliance. They, in a wake of victory, the Imperial Fists construct mighty fortresses that are as much garrisons against. Oh my god, this is terrible! I can't read that word.
Oh, 9 watching now, 8 watching now, 7 watching now, 6.
Oh, they're beacons of unification, the noblest of exemplars of the highest ideals and aspirations of humanity. Sorry for butchering that, but I am terrible at reading. But if you watch all like little videos I do, I love like taking the piss out of stuff. Yeah.
So obviously, I don't have the book in front of me, but
no, I can read it all out.
I was going to say, what are the
So all models and units with this special rule are subject to the following provisions. So Legionnaires Astartes, basically every legion has this.
Yep.
which is units with this special rule may always attempt to regroup at their normal normal leadership value, regardless of yeah. So the next one is awesome. Disciplined fire. Units with this special rule may add +1 to their ballistic skill when using bolt guns, bolt pistols, heavy bolters, quad heavy bolters, and when firing a bolter component of a combi weapon. Heavy support squads with this special rule also gain the tank hunters special rule.
Yes, that's very, very nice. That's a very nice little buff. I think.
And actually, even with heavy bolters, a heavy support squad of Imperial Fists are pretty much guaranteed to wreck a Rhino.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, like, I remember we've played games where you've done some huge amount of damage with just like heavy bolters and bolters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
on a lot of stuff. That
I love the idea of quad heavy bolters. So things like your rapier batteries. Talking like before this started, like Zone Mortalis with some like heavy bolters, like rapier batteries running up the corridor. That sounds awesome.
It sounds pretty horrific, actually. So yes, that does sound like a very good idea. Nice and cheap and effective.
I've got an idea now. Anyway, so Blood and Honor.
Imperial Fist.
Blood and Honor.
Interestingly, that makes Imperial Fist Seekers ballistic skill 6.
That does indeed.
And it means that you generally don't need to worry about a Master of Signal unless you've got like a las cannon squad or something.
So ballistic skill 6, you hit on a 2+ and re-rolling and on a 5+.
6s.
6s, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So Blood and Honor, models with this special rule may not choose to fail morale checks. In addition, Imperial Fist characters must issue a challenge in combat if they are able. Their controlling player may choose which character makes the challenge where more than one character is involved. When fighting in challenges, models with the Legionnaires Astartes Imperial Fist special rule must re-roll failed to hit rolls of 1.
That got changed when they updated the Red Book. It used to be they could re-roll all failed hit rolls in a challenge.
Cool. So now it's just basically got preferred enemy onto hit.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Unshakable defense. Models with the Legionnaires Astartes Imperial Fist special rule are immune to pinning when claiming cover, fighting from fortifications and barricades. That's okay.
It is, but then as we found the other day, there's very little with pinning actually in Heresy.
Yes, because in fact, maybe we could ask. Maybe we could ask here because someone might know. But
that's true.
It was the quad mortars.
Quad mortars with
the shatter. Yeah, they have an ability. They have a bonus that means you re-roll successful.
No, it's -1.
-1 to pinning, but the shatter shells don't cause pinning.
No.
Yeah, and then you've got shrapnel rounds as well from.
I think shrapnel rounds are actually one of the only things I can think of that do cause pinning.
Yeah.
Because quad mortars don't appear to, even though they've got that rule. But we came to the conclusion that we think that's probably because maybe they used to cause pinning.
Yeah.
And so it was just a throwback to when they were playtesting it or something, and it got kept in there. But if anybody that's watching happens to know,
the shatter shells.
Yeah, Iron Warrior heavy bolters with not shatter shells. What are they called?
Heavy bolters with shatter shells. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? It's
shrapnel bolts.
Shrapnel bolts. Yeah, they're pretty good. The drop pods. Oh yeah, the drop pods with the assault cannons, I think, and the missiles. I think they cause pinning.
Oh yes, they do. Yes,
they
do. They do. Yeah.
It's the missile one, I think, that causes pinning.
One of the whirlwind, not the Scorpius. One of the. Can you use a regular whirlwind in 30K?
You can.
Yeah. I think one of their
it's not
fire
is. It's not very like
last lacerated sun drop pods.
Yeah.
There are some things of course, but again, it's niche because you have to be in covers and cover and barricades or fortifications.
And obviously, sniper rifles and things like that cause pinning as well.
You'll be glad when it happens and you have the rule, but it's not going to come into effect every game.
No.
And then the last of their specific rules is the bitter end. So this is kind of a better version of the Iron Warriors. So
it's the same.
No. In missions which would normally have a random game length, the Imperial Fist player opponent
can opt to play the 6 full turns instead.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. I thought it said the Imperial Fist player can opt to play.
No.
So yeah, so basically they've got the same rule as the Iron Warriors. So it's a really sucky rule. Like if the game finishes turn, So if the game finishes turn 5, you could win, but then your opponent could be like, "No, we'll play this turn," and then you've lost.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's okay. Sometimes it does play in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. It's happened to me twice playing Iron Warriors. And it really did suck because I was winning. And then we played another turn, and I got pushed off all the objectives, and I was like, "Crap."
But as Matt said, it is nice and fluffy. It is
yeah.
It is a fluffy little rule.
So before we go on to the rights of war, I'm going to go on to Legion specific war gear first.
Okie doke.
Yep.
And then we'll do the 2 rights of war together. So the Imperial Fists are very, very lucky because it's only those and Salamanders which can actually take Storm Shields.
Yep.
So basically they have prototype war gear, the Vigil pattern Storm Shield, which is basically a Storm Shield for Terminators, and I think it's just Terminators, isn't it?
Yes, well, and Pollux, but
yeah. So
because he's awesome.
A Vigil pattern Storm Shield afford their bearers a 3+ invulnerable save, but their bearers may never claim an additional attack for being armed with 2 close combat weapons.
Yep.
Any
so
Legion...
it's actually better than the Salamanders one, because the Salamanders one just adds 1 to your invulnerable save.
Yeah. So you take it on the Cataphracti normally, and
yeah, I don't know how much it is points wise for the Salamanders.
I think it's only 10 points for Salamanders.
Okay.
So it might, I mean, it's essentially the same for Cataphracti, and worse for like Tartarus and
Tartarus can't take it.
Oh, okay. Not even the Salamander one.
I think they're going to FAQ that and say that Tartarus can take it.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people play it at events where the Tartarus have got it, but they've asked the event organizer first.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense that Tartarus can take it, because that is probably the better pattern armor to take it on if they change it to that.
Yeah.
Because obviously they can run where Cataphracti
sweep, more importantly.
Yeah. So it's 15 points to take it. You drop your shooting weapon on your Terminators.
Yep.
So you just have you take Chain Fists and the Storm Shield.
Yep.
And go and smash face pretty much. Amazing for Zomatalis. Amazing in a Lamb Raider or Spartan or Mastodon.
Especially in a Stone Gauntlet list, which we'll come to in a minute.
Gauntlet
Stone Gauntlet is
so much better.
Nice.
Yeah. So next up, we've got the Solarite Power Gauntlet. So any independent character with a Legion as a start is an Imperial Fist special rule that is eligible to take a Thunderhammer may take the Power Gauntlet instead at the same points cost. So this is basically a Power Fist, but it's AP1.
Yeah.
So it's Strength ×2, AP1, melee, mastercrafted, and unwieldy.
So it's not specialist.
It's not specialist.
Anything there.
Yeah, so you can take this and a bolt pistol and get an extra attack.
Yep.
Which is awesome, and I never realised that until now.
What, that it's not specialist?
Yes. So now it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's worth.
And obviously, being Mastercraft is a nice little bonus for
definitely. Yeah.
So it's nice to have a reroll when you
still strike at Initiative 1.
Yeah.
But your basic Sergeant. No, sorry, not your Sergeant. So your Praetor, I would probably take this over a
Paragon Blade.
Paragon Blade, to be honest.
Because you're unlikely to come up against anything that's toughness 5 most of the time, so you should be killing everything on a failed save rather than just on 6s.
And I know it's unwieldy, so Praetors start with 4 attack space?
Yes.
Or is it 3?
I think it's 4. I think it's 4. I think Centurions are 3.
So you get 4 attacks, you charge, that's +1. You take a bolt pistol or plasma pistol or whatever.
Yeah, that's an extra, so 6 attacks.
5 digital lasers, 7 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
That's pretty nasty. And that's all AP1 at strength
8.
8.
And it's mastercrafted, and if you're in challenge, you're re-rolling 1s as well.
Yeah, so you're probably going to hit with pretty much everything. You're going to be wounding on 2s against most things.
Yep.
Yeah. And you'll destroy vehicles, contemptors, things like that.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. I like that.
It's pretty good, yeah.
And then we can take teleportation transponders.
Yes, one of only 2 legions that have access to them.
So it's them and Blood Angels, isn't it? I think.
Nope, Night Lords.
Night Lords. Night Lords.
Yep, Night Lords.
No one knows that, do they?
I knew that.
Matt, you haven't been to greetings. Wait till you go to greetings. There's like a thing that started, and basically, like when someone says Night Lords, everyone's like Night Lords, Night Lords, Night Lords. So some of the people in the chat will probably get what I'm saying, but I think it was like Tonka and all that lot that started it at Peterborough.
Okay.
So yeah, so
thanks, Callum. 4 attacks. Yeah, you're right.
So any Imperial Fist Legion Terminator squad or Imperial Fist Legion Command squad equipped with Terminator armor can have the deep strike rule for 15 points for the squad. Any Imperial Fist independent character in Terminator armor may have deep strike for 10 points per model.
Yep.
So unfortunately, with Stone Gauntlet, you can't take this. Is it Stone Gauntlet you can't take this?
Well, you can, but it's a waste of points.
Yeah.
Because you can't deep strike.
So we'll get on to... there's a question I need to ask you later about that, actually.
Yep.
So,
there's one other thing you haven't covered yet, and that's the thing that the Blood Angels can take.
Yep.
And that is the Iliastus Pan Assault Cannon.
So basically, this is what people... If you play 40k, it's an assault cannon.
Yeah.
So it's like the prototype assault cannon. So this is a 24-inch range, strength 6, AP 4, heavy 4, rending, and then it has the special rule malfunction,
which is awesome.
Malfunction. When rolling to hit with this weapon, if 3 or more results of a 1 are rolled, then the assault cannon malfunctions and may not be used again in the game. Make note on your army list or otherwise mark this is the case. So a Terminator can take... What is it? Oh, you swap a heavy flamer.
You replace your heavy flamer, yeah.
For Iliastus assault cannon for 5 points. So it's not as good as the Blood Angels.
It's exactly the same.
It's the same.
No, because the Blood Angels can swap any heavy flamer in the army.
Oh yes, sorry, yeah, you're right.
So you can take a Leviathan with assault cannon nipple guns.
Yeah.
And things like that. And you can take a Bow Predator basically as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is good.
But with even more assault cannons.
Yeah, so you got so this one can take it on the Terminators, which is cool, where Blood Angels can take it on anything that can take a heavy flamer. So that's cool. It is good. I've never known anyone to roll the malfunction roll.
No, it's quite unlikely to roll. Also, I was going to say, not only is it quite unlikely to roll 3 1s out of 4 dice, but I presume it doesn't say that you can't have like rerolls or whatever in that. So if you roll 3 1s and you have a reroll for whatever reason, psychic ability or whatever, you can
re-roll it.
You can re-roll it.
Yeah.
No, because there are some things where it says if you roll 3 whatevers, that it just happens and you can't re-roll this.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if there is that in the
stipulation for that
30k specifically, but there are sometimes Games Workshop do put that rule in so that
it doesn't
you can't re-roll it. So like Khan, I think, for his ones.
Yeah.
Can't re-roll those or something.
So it is really cool. I mean, of any people re-rolling that malfunction, it'd probably be me of all people, because that stuff tends to happen to me a lot. So yeah. So
but it's all good fun.
That's pretty much all the Legion specific war gear.
It's bad that I really want to start a Blood Angels 30k army now.
You can do that if you want. I will help. I probably have some stuff I can send you.
I'm really kind of tempted. I might put them onto the ice bases.
That would be cool.
So I am waiting for the book to drop before I make my decision on doing a Blood Angels army or not.
Well, I think from what I mean, I know we're not on Blood Angels, but the rules that they put out for them in the whatever book it was with the white scars.
They're not that great.
No, they've got one really good right. I think one of their rights is really quite strong. I thought. I think it's a lot of assault squads.
Yeah,
it's a Day of Revelation,
possibly.
Revelation.
But I seem to remember it being genuine, like not too shabby.
So yeah. Anyway, we going off topic.
Yeah, no, sorry, my bad.
So there's 2 rights of war. There is the Stone Gauntlet. This takes Imperial Fists up a notch.
Yes, indeed.
So
sort of.
Yeah. It kind of forces you to make a certain type of army.
Yeah, very much. It's very much the defensive army, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Stone Gauntlet.
So the effects of this right of war is Phalanx Warder. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Phalanx Warder squads become troops.
Yeah. when using this Rite of War, Resolve of Stone. Any model in the detachment with the Legionnaires as start is Imperial Fist special rule equipped with either a boarding shield or storm shield, who is in unit coherency with at least 2 other models who also fit the criteria, gain +1 to their toughness.
Yeah.
This bonus may not be claimed if the unit or model is part of has made a run move, a charge move, or sweeping advance move in the current player turn. Oh, so you don't get it if you charge. That's why you take boarding shields and you wait to be charged.
But there's
the shield
the other side of it. If you do get charged, if you do make a charge, there's something that happens, I think.
Yeah, it has
Did
shield
you get
charge.
+1 weapon skill or +1 in initiative? Wasn't that?
No. Any
That's
model
bonus
in
bonus
the
specific.
detachment with the Legionnaires start is Imperial Fist special rule equipped with either a boarding shield or storm shield, who is in unit coherency with at least 2 other models, gains Hammer of Wrath.
That's the Badger. So
That's cool.
you either get +1 toughness if you don't charge, or Hammer of Wrath if you do.
I'd rather have +1 toughness.
I'd rather have +1 toughness as well, to be honest.
Just saying.
And breaches are generally more defensive anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators or Power Fist Storm Shield Terminators or whatever is great, especially if they can get Hammer of Wrath off as well. That's always a benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely, whenever I've played Stone Gauntlet, I will always play much more defensively.
Yeah, definitely. So the limitations of this Rite of War.
Yeah.
So this is where it kind of forces you to build a certain kind of army. So compulsory troops choices for this attachment must be made up of Legion Breacher squads, which isn't a bad thing because I really like breachers.
You are, however, paying
heavy.
Yes, you're paying a lot more points than you would be if you could take tacticals.
Yeah. So detachments using this Rite of War may not deploy models using the Deep Strike special rule.
Yeah.
And you cannot take them at all if they are. So you can't take drop pods.
Nope.
You can't take tarantula guns.
You can,
you can.
Yeah, just don't give them the
forward sentries or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't limit you to what you can use, but obviously if you want to take drop pods, well, you have to take orbital thingy to take drop pods anyway.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you can't take teleportation transponders.
Nope.
Which kind of defeats the object of their Legion specific gear. So
well, yes and no. Because you could do a very, very effective Pride of the Legion Imperial Fists list with teleportation transponders on the Terminators and then loads of veterans.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Oh, I'm going to have to turn my heater on. I'm freezing.
No, really?
It's really dipped over here. So
there's also another restriction in that Rite of War as well, which is you can't take more elite and fast attack choices than you have troops, I believe it is.
Yes, detachments using this Rite of War cannot take more elites and fast attack choices in total than they have troop choices in the detachment. So, for example, a detachment with 3 troops choices could take 3 choices made up of fast and elites. So that's combined as well. That's not.
It doesn't mean you can have 3 fast and then 3 elites. You can have a total of 3 fast.
Yeah.
Sorry, a total of combined fast and elite. So
yeah, that's correct. Sorry,
it can be quite restrictive, but it definitely works really well for like Zone Mortalis.
Yeah.
So and then it limits you on you can only take 1 console as part of it as well. So
apart from champions, I believe.
Yeah, so you can take as many champions as you like. Well, I say as many. You can take up to 3.
2 is what 2 because you need a Rite of War.
Yeah.
Giver.
Yeah. So yeah, Delegatus and 2 champions, nice and cheap. Well, you don't have to take champions, but yeah. So, but I really think a more attack would fit well with fists.
It could do, yeah.
Yeah.
With bolt pistols, presumably.
With bolt pistols, yeah.
BBS5.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, could well do. It's a shame they cancelled the more attack with bolt pistols.
I picked up the plasma one the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, right, my heater's on. Right, sorry, I'm freezing. I'm in shorts and the garage is cold. So, shall we move on to the Legion specific units?
There's another Rite of War.
Oh yes, of course there's a second. Yeah,
let me grab it.
Hammer Full Strike Force.
So this is cool because this actually works well with Pollux.
It does. I personally don't like this Rite of War at all.
I can't remember which one it is.
It's the one where phalanx warders become troops.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
They can deep strike and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember.
Oh,
I
really don't like this as a Rite of War.
No, I've never been that keen on it, to be completely honest with you. I like the Stone Gauntlet, but
yeah. And I actually think Pollux works really well in the Stone Gauntlet, even though he can't use his deep strike ability.
No, I think I would agree. I think he fits very fluffily into a Stone Gauntlet.
Yeah, so landing force. Phalanx Warder squads may be taken as troop choices in attachment is this Rite of War. Teleport array, teleport transponders may be taken by any infantry unit with the Legionnaires. Imperial Fists at 15 points per squad and 10 points for an independent character. Blinding Luminescence. Units deploying by deep strike via teleportation gain shrouded special in the moment they are placed on the table until the beginning of the next player turn. In addition, every enemy unit within 12 inches and line of sight of the deep striking unit must take a blind test at the end of the phase. That's cool. That's okay. Blinding is okay. Limitations. Any vehicle taken in this army must begin game held in reserve. The army may not include fortifications or an allied detachment. That's a bit lame.
It's a pretty pants list because it means Chilling Wargamers, hello, welcome. Because it means that the only thing that can start on the table is basically infantry.
So even if you take a Rhino, you can't start on the table.
Nope. And you want to deep strike your infantry because that's the whole point. That's what the Rite of War lets you do.
But then you're foot slogging.
Yeah, exactly.
That sucks.
It's a bit of a almost confused Rite of War. It doesn't quite.
Very much so.
It'll work well in again Zone Mortalis.
Will it? Would it?
You're deep striking.
Yes, but it's considerably tighter corners, and Phalanx Warders are compulsory troops. So what would you deep strike? A 10-man squad of Phalanx Warders? I would not want to do that in Zone Mortalis.
No.
It'll be fine.
Would it though? Would it be fine?
So like that the nano door in Doom, the film.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it will be like.
It'll be like that. So you'll be like half out the wall kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that Rite of War.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say you're not a big fan of that film, but yeah.
No, I watched it the other day, actually.
It's a good film.
It's a good film, yeah.
Yeah. No, we won't go on to a film thing.
No.
So,
not yet, anyway.
Yeah. Spud, we will send us a message and we'll sort out when we can be on the Chilling Wargames. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Definitely.
So, first up for Legion-specific units, this is an elite's choice. It is the Templar Brethren.
Yeah.
So, basically, these guys are the start of Black Templars.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, they are 175 points. They are weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4.
That's for 5 guys, 4 and a sergeant.
Yeah, sorry, four guys and a sergeant, a chapter champion.
Yeah.
So they're weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound. It's 2 wounds for the champion,
which is something I always forget, actually.
Yeah, kind of like the X archers in. So 2 attacks apiece, leadership 8 for the Brethren, 9 for the champion. And they have a 2-up save. That's pretty good.
Yes, they all come with artificer arm.
They are infantry. Obviously, the champion is a character.
Yep.
The war gear, you've got artificer armor, power sword, bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades. Special rules, Legionnaires a start is Furious Charge. I'm always a big fan of Furious Charge. I miss the old Furious Charge because when Blood Angels used to have it used to be amazing. And then they can take dedicated transport of either a Legion Rhino, Land Raider Proteus, Land Raider Phobos as a dedicated transport.
Yeah, which is very cool. Again, dedicated assault vehicle transport.
Artificer armor is standard. That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's a lot of points for 5 dudes.
It is, but they've all got power swords. They've got Furious Charge. Their weapons got 5. They will murder normal Marine units.
Yeah.
So you can add up to additional 5 Templar Brethren at 25 points each.
Yep.
Any model in the squad may be given a combat shield for 5 points. So a combat shield is a 6-up save?
It's a boarding shield without the defensive grenades.
Okay, so it's a 5-up save then.
5-up in combat, yeah.
Cool. Up to 2 Templar Brethren may exchange their bolt pistols for plasma pistols.
Which is probably all right.
Probably wouldn't do that. To be honest.
No,
One
I wouldn't.
Templar may take a Nuncio Vox. Yeah, it's okay. It's good if you're deep striking, I suppose. One Templar may take a Legion Vexilla, which is
Always
always
useful.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah. The entire squad may take Melter Bombs for 25 points.
Which is
Now,
fantastic.
if you're taking 10 dudes, 25 points is a bargain.
Exactly, because you don't pay the extra.
Yeah. So
And now that multi-bombing's back.
exactly. So 10 Melter Bombs, that's amazing.
Mhm.
The chapter champion may exchange their power sword for one of the following options: Power Axe or Power Maul, Power Fist, Solarite Power Gauntlet, or a Thunder Hammer.
That's where it gets wonderful.
So the
Because you
gauntlet
give
at
him
weapon
a
skill
Solarite
5.
power gauntlet.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
I would do that.
All
Definitely.
heat shields, Solarite power gauntlet, and then you can give him an Archaeotech pistol as well if you want.
Yeah, he
Actually,
can take. Sorry.
So that would make him strength 9
Yes.
we're on the charge because of Furious Charge, which is nice. 2 attack space, +1 for Bolt Pistol and Power Gauntlet, +1 for the charge. 4 attacks at strength 9.
Yep.
That's not bad.
AP1.
AP1, weapon skill
Mastercrafted.
5, and Mastercrafted
With a 2-5 up.
with a 2 up, 5 up.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
That's
the,
handy.
They're basically if you give them combat shields, they're basically Terminators in combat.
So, but that
Yeah,
the chapter champion basically turns into like a console like kind of character,
Yeah, absolutely.
but you're not paying a premium for the points cost.
And I mean, unless you go up against things that are going to instant kill you, because you've got 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
The striking at initiative 1 is, I mean, it's still a worry because it's still only 2 wounds, which
So
you
you've
know,
got a good chance of surviving.
but you could survive a lot, you know, with
Yeah.
1 wound, obviously, you know, twice as likely to die.
Yeah. So the champion can also take a plasma pistol, an Archaeotech pistol, and can make one of their weapons mastercrafted as well.
Yeah. Which obviously
So
you don't need.
if you don't, yeah, you save 10 points if you
have.
have the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Because it already is. I think that's good. Considering the regular Templar Brethren, if you give them a combat shield, which I guess you probably always would do,
Definitely.
it's 30 points for a pretty nice little, 30 points for something that's weapon skill 5, got 2 attack space, got a power sword, got artificer armor, got a 5 up invulnerable.
Exactly.
That's pretty pokey.
They are pretty good.
And I remember them actually being pretty pokey when I've gone up against them in the past.
Yeah, no, they do sound actually quite.
Sorry, James.
Sorry, no, I was going to say I'm looking at the next squad that's coming up. I prefer them, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, haven't you? I think it's either these or the Phalanx Warders, but you've run these before with an Apothecary as well, Matt.
Pass. Probably. I've definitely run Apothecaries with Phalanx Warders.
Yeah,
I've come up against that.
I just have a memory of a game, and it might have been when I had my Necrons, possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly back in 7th when you play Heresy armies, 40k armies.
Yeah, and I remember going up.
Oh no!
against
Yes, Primus Medicae.
With the Medicae, and we were locked in combat with Sigismund. Yeah, and we were locked in combat for like ages because obviously my Necrons wouldn't die, and
you just couldn't kill me.
Couldn't kill me. Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool unit, to be honest.
And when we get to Sigismund, you'll see the fantastic synergy that he and they have together.
Yeah,
they get even more devastating if you put Sigismund with them.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the biggest thing you need to think about with them is that you need to give them a transport to get them, because obviously they're a lot less survivable when they're not in combat because the 5-up invulnerable doesn't come into effect.
Yeah, so you want an assault transport as well.
Yeah, you want an assault transport for them.
Yeah,
which I mean, if
you're looking at about 200 points for that Predator.
Yeah, is it Charybdis assault?
Yes, or a Dreadclaw for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
put them in a Dreadclaw.
Yeah.
What's the carrying capacity of that? Because obviously 10. So 9 of these guys in Sigismund, or 8 Sigismund and an Apothecary if you really wanted to
be that guy.
But
then equally, you've got to. But then on the flip side of that, if you run them in Stone Gauntlet, you can't take a drop pod.
No.
Yes.
So it does very much depend. Does very much hinge on what Rite of War you're taking. But in a Dreadclaw or something is pretty good.
Cool. So next up, we've got the Phalanx Warders squad. So you get 9 Warders, 1 Veteran Sergeant for 255 points.
Yep.
They are weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound apiece for the sergeant and the normal dudes. 4 up initiative, 4 initiative 4, leadership 8, 9 for the sergeant, and a 3 up save.
Yep.
So
do you want to know the most interesting thing about these guys?
What's that?
What slot are they in, James?
They are fast attack.
They are fast attack.
Why are they fast attack?
Who knows?
Very good point.
They have shields.
They are essentially slightly souped up breaches, and they're in the fast attack slot.
So power, war gear, power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, boarding shield, frag and crack grenades. They have special rules of Legionnaires Astartes, shield wall, and hardened armor. So hardened armor allows you to re-roll saves against blast weapons.
It does.
And also it's -1 to run and charge moves as well.
Yes.
Yep. Which really makes sense in a fast
I
attack.
remember the rule. So, and then obviously the shield wall. Phalanx warders are renowned for their close order discipline and defensive tactics, shielding their comrades from harm in press of melee with selfless bravery. If an unengaged unit with this special rule has at least 5 models remaining, it gains a bonus of +1 weapon skill in any turn in which the unit has been charged.
Yes. So when they get charged, they're essentially weapon skill 5, assuming they're not already in combat. Interestingly,
and the characters gain it as well.
It doesn't specify that it is only the phalanx warders that get it. So any character that joins will get +1 weapon skill as well.
It says friendly models and characters joining the squad also benefit from this rule. So as long as there's 5 models with the shield wall special rule asks. So you need at least 5 of the warders left before the character. So if he drops down to 4, then you lose that special rule.
Yes, you do.
So even if it's 5, including the character, you still won't get it because there's only 4 dudes left of the original squad.
Correct.
So they can take a Land Raider Proteus, Land Raider Phobos, and a Spartan.
They can. Yeah.
Cool. So,
but why you never put them in a Land Raider Phobos, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they're not an assault unit.
No, you put them in a Proteus and just let them be charged.
Or bump them up to 20 and chuck them in a Spartan. But then even then, I probably still wouldn't chuck them in a Spartan because that's 500 points of assault transport.
So additional 10 models at 15 points each.
Yeah, so it's 150 points for the extra squad. So you're looking at what, 405 points or something for a full squad?
405. Yeah. Oh wow! Any model may replace their bolt gun with a power axe.
Yep.
That's cool. For every 5 models in a unit, you may replace a bolt gun with one of the following: a combi weapon, a flamer, a breaching charge, a melter gun, a plasma gun, and a thunder hammer.
Yeah, note plasma gun, which normal breachers can't get.
Take plasma.
That's exactly what I've done.
I love plasma.
I own a 20-man breacher squad with 4 plasma guns and 7 power axes.
I'm now incredibly paranoid whenever I bring plasma in Heresy, because I don't get a choice about whether it can kill me or not.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so they can take a Nuncio Vox, a Legion Vexilla. The veteran sergeant may exchange their bolt pistol or their bolt gun. So either or, which is cool.
But also, he's still got a boarding shield, so you'll never get the +1 attack for 2 close combat weapons.
So you change it for a power weapon for any type, a power fist, a plasma pistol, a thunder hammer. So it says here, thunder hammer. So you can take the thunder hammer and swap that for a Solarite Gauntlet.
No, because he's not an independent character.
Oh, he's not, is he? He's just a character.
Yeah.
And then you can take melter bombs. So the whole squad can't take melter bombs.
No, it's just him.
And you can upgrade into Artificer armor. So you always do that, no matter what. For some reason, it's like an auto include on any unit that can take Artificer. Pardon me, that can take Artificer armor. Always take the sergeant. And for some reason, I'm always an idiot, and I always put him at the back.
Yeah, I do exactly the same thing. I always forget that I've done that, or I get halfway through, and it's like, oh yeah, hang on.
You should always put, a lot of people put their sergeants at the front. Yeah. Just to soak up the firepower.
Yeah.
Every time I've tried to do that, I've rolled a 1 on the first saving throw.
Exactly. That's why I don't put them at the front. I put them like probably 4 models back.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty good. They're they're okay-ish, I suppose.
They're horrifically expensive.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. They are really expensive breaches that can take plasma guns.
Yeah. 400 points for 20. It's essentially breaches with a tiny little bit of a boat.
Over these guys, I would rather take like Ultramarines, the Supermarine.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
but they're
better.
just stupid.
Yeah,
they are.
They're basically the
awesome,
same units, but the Warders are more expensive.
Yes.
So
yeah,
they're okay. They're not. Obviously, they are a compulsory choice if you take the other Rite of War.
Hammerfall, Strike Force, or something.
Yeah, they're okay. They're not amazing. I'd rather.
So yeah, that is a horrifically expensive Rite of War as well.
Yeah,
because you've got to take compulsory Phalanx Warders.
So that's like the best part of, if you want to bump them up in that, it's the best part of 1,000 points in 2 squads.
Yeah,
exactly. 2 squads of Space Marines, essentially.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Cool. Next, we go on to your guys' favourite dude. So, Sigismund, first captain of the Imperial Fists.
Yay!
Champion of Rogel Dawn. Kingsbane, the master of Templars.
And soon to be the Emperor's champion.
Yes, indeed.
So he is 230 points. He is a HQ choice.
He is an absolute bargain.
Yes,
So
he is.
He
really
is one unique. So you can only take one of him.
That's a shame.
Funnily enough.
That's a shame.
Funny enough, he's infantry character, not independent character.
Is he? No, because he can join other units.
It says character.
It just says character. That must be a
typo.
Because it does not say
he could just run around on his own.
It does not say. Actually, no. That's weird because Pollock says the same thing.
Yeah, it's obviously a typo. Yeah. Okay. So he is weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 4, strength 4. Tough 4.
Sorry, no.
Sorry.
If you go into his special rules, it says independent character.
Yes, that's a typo.
Yeah.
God, you ruined it for us, Will.
How bad.
He can run around on his own. So yeah, he's weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 wounds, which is really good.
Yeah.
Initiative 5, 4 attacks, leadership 10, and a 2-up save. His war gear is Artificer armor, frag and crack grenades, iron halo, the black sword, mastercrafted bolt pistol. Special rules: Legionnaires are started as Imperial Fists. Independent character. There we go. Master of the Legion, Eternal Warrior.
Yes,
that's a big thing.
It is. Fearless. He's one of very, very few.
Yeah, there's not only Primarchs.
Very eternal.
Yeah, there's not many characters like that have Eternal Warrior. He's also fearless, which is amazing.
Yep.
Adamantium Will, which is also good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dolorous Fighter, Death's Champion, Precision Strike, and Warlord. If Sigismund is your army's warlord, he has the Slayer of Kings trait rather than rolling randomly. Yep. And it says this unit may only be taken as part of a loyalist faction army.
Funnily enough.
Funny enough, no Imperial Fist went traitor, so yeah.
Well, none that they've made public.
Yeah. So, Death's Champion. I can't remember to read the little blurb because it's quite long. If Sigismund is present in any detachment, then that detachment may take Templar Brethren squads as troop choices.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, I like it.
So that essentially allows you to take like an armored breakthrough. No. Armored breakthrough with the Land Raiders as transports, but without actually taking that right.
It's on Spearhead.
Yeah, Spearhead, I think is.
Yeah. Because you can take all your troops as Templar Brethren, and they can all take Land Raiders.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like that. So, Dolorous Fighter. Sigismund's skill is legendary, even among the transhuman warriors of the Legion as Astartes, and none can match his instinctive talent for dealing death and finding the merest chink in the enemy's guard to exploit it to their undoing. Sigismund must always issue and or accept challenges where possible. Note that this takes precedence over the usual rules for Legion when fighting in a challenge. Sigismund's attack have the instant death special rule. Wow.
Yep.
And successful invulnerable saves taken against his attacks must be re-rolled. Ouch.
Yep.
I've never read his rules. Why haven't I read his
Yeah,
rules?
they're
I don't know.
really pretty
Especially
good.
that's particularly brutal when you consider that his sword is AP2.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the Black Sword, I'll just quickly read this and then we can go back to the Glorious Fighter. So it's a Paragon Blade, basically. So it's called the Black Sword, plus 2 strength, AP2, melee, two-handed.
So he's strength 6 AP2 in combat.
Wow.
Which is pretty potent.
With instant death.
Yep.
Only in a challenge.
Yeah.
And also, if he's going... So Sigismund is probably one of the only characters, like one or two characters that can stand toe-to-toe with a Primarch.
Yeah.
I mean...
He's got enough wounds to soak up an attack from a Primarch.
Apart from maybe... I'm just trying to think.
Fulgrim might. If I was talking about this the other day.
I think he could... I don't know if he would actually beat any Primarchs.
Lorgar he could probably beat.
I was going to say the only one I could see is maybe Lorgar.
Obviously, if he's not buffed
if he
up
wasn't
with
using
psychic
like psychic powers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would be. You know, what would be really interesting would be to see Sigismund up against like Valdor.
Yeah, I think Valdor would win.
I think Valdor would win, but I don't think it would be because I don't think it would be a complete stomp. Personally, because
no, probably
Valdor's 275, so he's more points. You know, I would say he probably would win.
Valdor should be more points.
Well, the thing is, like his instant death spear, you know, isn't going to mean anything against.
No, because he's got Eternal Warrior.
Yeah, exactly, and that's like one of Zeb Valdor's biggest.
But presumably Valdor's got Eternal Warrior as well.
Yeah, he does. So it would just be a case of grinding each other down, and I think Valdor's got 5 wounds.
Has he got better saves?
2 up, 4 up, I think.
So yeah, they're exactly the same.
Yeah,
I think Valdor might have a 3 up.
Oh right, wow. Okay.
I don't know if he maybe, but both of it would just be because they're very very similar. I think Valdor's just like a slightly better version of because I think his weapon makes you reroll successful in runs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, Slayer of
It
Kings
would be interesting.
Does this make a difference? If Sigismund is the army's warlord, then
And he
he should
slays
slay the enemy warlord and challenge controller playing against +1 victory point. And the army adds +1 to combat resolution score and assaults for the rest of the battle. So that's okay. Amazing.
Yeah. It's just a little buff, really, isn't it?
So for killing the warlord, you get +2 victory points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's cool, but he's not Pollux cool.
No, I agree. I do prefer Mr. Pollux.
I know Pollux. We'll get on to Pollux in a minute, but now reading those rules through, the Glorious Fighter and the Black Sword pair together extremely well.
Yep.
Then if you pair Sigismund with the Templar Brethren,
Yep.
That's really cool. Then if you pair,
Does he still get and give the unit he joins +1 initiative on the charge?
it doesn't say. No.
Oh, that's a shame because he used to, and you could get initiative 5 Templar Brethren on the charge.
Oh no, they do. Yeah. So Sigismund, any unit he joins with Legion as a starter's Imperial Fist special rule, gain +1 initiative when they have charge.
Yeah.
And may reroll both foul charge distances and sweeping advance rolls.
Yeah, I forgot about that little treat.
Yeah. It's a Death Champion. So that's pretty cool. So him with the squad of Templar Brethren. That's pretty nasty. Initiative 5 Templar Brethren with. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like the sound of that. And then throw in a Primus Medicae or an Apothecary.
Yep.
Personally, I'd probably go Primus Medicae.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth having the extra wound for that.
Yeah.
For that sort of unit.
And then throw a power weapon on the Primus Medicae.
Oh no, you can't take a Thunderhammer, can he? I was going to say give him Solar Power Gauntlet.
No, I'll probably go with like maybe a Lightning Claw or a Power Sword.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, Sigismund, he's well up there with being one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. So shall we move on to
Alexis Pollux.
The Crimson Fist.
Mr. Pollux.
So I love Pollux because he is the start of one of my favourite chapters in the entire game, Crimson Fists.
Yeah,
Who have
he goes on to
much
become their
lore
chapter
and
master.
history. Yeah. So Alexis Pollux, captain of the 405th Company of the Imperial Fists, master of the Retribution Fleet, the Crimson Fist. So he is a HQ choice for Imperial Fists. He is 165 points.
Which is a bargain.
A bargain.
Yeah, that's very, very cheap.
He is unique. He is infantry. He has void hardened power armor, frag and crack grenades, iron halo, mastercrafted power fist, vigil pattern storm shield, combi melter. He is weapon skill 6.
So sorry, just before you go on, he is the only non-Terminator model in the Imperial Fist that can take a storm, or that has a storm shield.
Yes.
Yep. So he's weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 4, strength 5, toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 3+ save. So his special rules are Legion as a start is independent character, Master of the Legion, Void Commander, Hammer Blow, Warlord. If Alexis Pollux is your army's warlord, he has the Master Tactician trait rather than rolling randomly, and he can only be part of a loyalist faction.
That makes sense.
That is pretty freaking amazing. The Storm Shield. The only downside to him is that he has a 3-up save.
Yeah, but he's got a 3-up invulnerable.
Yeah, so he's basically so 3-up, 3-up. I think because he is so cheap, it makes sense to have a 3-up. I think if he had a 2-up save, he would be ridiculously overpowered.
I agree.
Yeah. So Void Commander Alexis Pollux was a highly skilled commander and formidable tactician, particularly in the fields of Void-born combat and Zone Mortalis operations. Pollux in any unit he has joined may opt to pass or fail any morale checks or pinning tests they are required to make. In addition, one infantry unit with the Legionnaires as starters Imperial Fist special rule in an army containing Alexis Pollux may be given the Deep Strike special rule. That's cool.
Yep.
So, but you can't give them that if you take Stone Gauntlet.
You can't use it, yeah.
No. Yeah. The next one's my favourite. Hammer Blow.
Hammer Blow is an amazing rule.
So, such was Alexis Pollux and focus and will, even for one of the Legionnaires Astartes, that he was able to deliver a single crushing blow with his power fist as easily as one of his brothers might swing a sword. Start of any assault phase, Pollux controller player may opt to lower his attack's characteristic to 1, but in doing so, then ignores the unwieldy special rule for his power fist for that phase. Note that this would still mean he receives 2 attacks on the charge. That is awesome for insta-gibbing Praetors and the like. Because he is...
Yes, it's fantastic.
He's strength
'Cause it's strength 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. Where does it say what his... Oh, his Mastercrafted Power Fist, sorry.
Yeah.
And the combi... What I love about his Power Fist is the combi melter is built into the Power Fist.
Yes.
So that's kind of where Pedro Cantor's basically fist comes from, which is awesome. So that is really cool. So you can either have 4 attacks on the charge.
Yep, at initiative 1.
At initiative 1, or you can have 2 attacks at initiative 5.
Yep.
Strength
or 6 if he's joined a unit with Sigismund.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So 2 attacks at initiative 5 at strength 10 AP 2.
Yeah. Mastercrafted.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is really, really cool because you can literally insta-gib any character. It'd be awesome for like, I know you can't insta-gib Mechanicum and stuff because they're all toughness 6 and that, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think he's got a combi melter. It's cool as well. So he's got a bolt gun. He's also got a one-shot melter gun, which is awesome. Yeah, I like it. I really like him. He's one of my favorite, and the model is so good. When he's standing on the steps with the
Iron Warrior's flag, yeah.
I prefer Sigismund's model to Pollux's, to be honest with you.
That's fair enough. It's certainly more dynamic.
Yeah. I don't dislike Pollux's.
I like it as well because the model itself is bigger than a normal power armor dude.
Yes.
because Alexis Pollux, like if you read his story or listen to the Crimson Fist audiobook,
which is a great book, by the way.
Yeah, it is really cool because like you hear what happens between Pollux and Gold, because Gold is awesome as well. Well, no, he's not. He's a bit of a knob. Like Pollux is a giant of a man.
Yeah,
like he is like huge. He was huge before he was made into a Space Marine, and he got even bigger when he was made into a Space Marine.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's really cool. I really like him. And then he has a Warlord trait, Master Tactician. After both sides are deployed, but before which side gets the first turn is determined. There we go. The Warlord side may redeploy one of their units within the limitations of the missions being played. This may place a unit that has been deployed normally into reserve or bring a unit out of it. I like that.
I think that's quite a useful little rule, actually.
Yeah,
you can be like, oh I don't know, like my Predators are now were on the table and now they're off the table.
Yeah. This thing that is really dangerous, but I deployed badly and you've completely countered with your 10 las cannons. Oh, hang on, that's not on the table anymore.
Yeah, it's now in reserve.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. So does that mean that you can bring a flyer in?
No, because they have to start in reserve.
What about if you start in hover mode?
Not a thing in. I don't think so.
You used to be able to do that.
I was going to say, you could, because there were flyers that you could start in hover mode, couldn't you? And it was just because people used to start flyers on the
Sky Shield.
Sky Shield.
Oh no, that's a special rule for the Sky. For the Sky Shield, yeah. So I think you can still do that.
If you have a Sky Shield, I presume you could then.
I don't know actually, because I don't think the Sky Shield's got rules anymore.
Pass. I don't believe it has.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, I like Pollux. He's an awesome dude for Zone Mortalis games.
Yeah.
Take him with Stone Gauntlet with 2 10-man breacher squads.
Because then he's strength 5, toughness 5.
Yeah. I would probably run him with a 13-man breacher squad with either Primus Medicae or Apothecary, and then throw him in the unit as well. Because obviously, with units in Zone Mortalis, you can't go above 15 guys.
Yeah. No.
So if you want to add guys to a 15-man unit, you can't take a 15-man unit to start with. So yeah, no, he'd be cool. If I ever build like an Imperial Fist army, I would probably only build him for Zone Mortalis, and I would make Pollux my like. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much all I've got left of my fists now. Really, is enough for a Zone Mortalis force. Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, and now we finally get to the big man himself, who now has a lovely model.
He does.
Yeah, very much so.
He is my second favourite Primarch now. After
he's
the newly released Alfarius model.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say I think he may be my first, but then I remembered that Alfarius now has a model and he looks amazing.
God, that looks so good.
Yeah, but no, he's definitely second or third. He's a very, very, very good.
The pose is awesome. They've like nailed it. Like he's overlooking everything, which is cool.
Yeah,
I do like it.
I'm a big fan of.
So he is 385 points, which, to be honest, is quite cheap for a Primarch.
It is, yeah. It's fairly middle of the road, probably. I would have said actually.
Yeah, I don't think he's the cheapest. I think
Lorgar's the cheapest.
I know Manus is 440 something.
Yeah.
And stuff. I think Perturablo's not. No, he's 400. I think. So Rogel Dawn is weapon skill 8, ballistic skill 5, strength 6, toughness 6. 6 wounds, initiative 5, 4 attacks, leadership 10, and a 2-up save. He has all the Primarch special rules, so Eternal Warrior, Fear, Adamantium Wheel, Fleet, Fearless, It Will Not Die, Master of the Legion, Precision Strike, and Shot, which we always forget about.
Yeah.
Because they all have that as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So he has Sire of the Imperial Fists, Sundering Blow, Unshakable Defense, and Bulky. He has the Auric Armor, Storm's Teeth, the Voice of Terror, Teleport, Homer, Frag Grenades, and he may only be taken as a loyalist. So I suppose that's like down to people that's there for people that never read the background or the stories.
Yeah, I would assume so, yeah.
So yeah. So, Sire of the Imperial Fists. Rogue Dawn and any unit he joins have the Crusader and Furious Charge special rules. Sorry, I was just reading that bit there. Furious Charge special. All models with Legion as starters Imperial Fist special rule in the same army as Rogue Dawn may use his leadership rather than their own for the purpose of morale and pinning chests while he's in play. Both Rogue Dawn and any model with a Legion as starters Imperial Fist special rule add D3 to assault results to determine who won. That's pretty cool.
Yep, it's not bad.
Phalanx Breacher squads and Legion Terminator squads may be taken as troop choices for Imperial Fists Army detachment with Rogue Dawn as its warlord. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Sundering Blow at the cost of halving its number of attacks, rounded down after any bonus attacks for Rampage, etc. be rolled for. Rogue Dawn's controlling player may opt to increase the strength of his attacks by +2 and grant the attacks instant death special rule. So he's got, what, 4 base?
Yep.
Voice of Terror is strength 5.
No, Teeth of Terror.
Oh, Teeth of Terror.
No, sorry, Storm's Teeth. Storm's Teeth.
Storm's Teeth.
Yeah,
it's strength user, AP2. He's got Rampage, so he's got an additional attack D3.
And Reaping Blow. Where's Reaping Blow?
Reaping Blow is -1 initiative to get +1 attack if you're in base contact with more than one model.
Awesome.
So it'd be initiative 4 instead of 5.
Yeah.
So,
but that's a bajillion attacks when you factor in, if you factor in Rampage as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has unshakable defense. If Rogue Dawn is the army's warlord, then after deployment, but before the game begins, the controlling player may select up to 3 fortifications and/or pieces of terrain sufficient to provide a cover save. Cover save rolls of a 1 and pinning tests taken by models protected by these terrain features may be re-rolled. That's okay.
It's all right. It's just a nice little buff, really.
Yeah, the Auric armor, fashioned, it is said, from the same auric adamantium alloy as the Emperor's own warplate. The auric armor provides Rogue Dawn, with a 2+ save, a 4+ invul. In addition, no attack may wound Rogue Dawn on better than a 3+, regardless of its strength or rules.
Yes.
Note that destroy weapons attacks are unaffected.
Yeah. So so you can never wound him on 2s.
That's quite nice, actually, because it means that, I mean, he's toughness 6, so he's not going to affect a huge amount, but it's going to affect heavy stuff that, you know, you would be worried.
Melter, las cannons.
Yeah, Melter, las cannons.
Perturabo with
missile launches.
Perturabo with the hammer, Horus with the mace.
That's, again, a lot of other Primarchs, you know, that are, well, most of them are strength 8 with their weapons.
It's like Vulcan and Manus and that hitting.
So they're all going to be winning on 3s rather than 2s, which,
that's cool.
You know, does make a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Storm's Teeth, as we've said, Strength User, AP2, Melee Shred, Rampage, and Reaping Blow. That's pretty cool. As you said, Rampage, if you're outnumbered, then you get +D3.
Yep. And +1 for Reaping Blow if you're in base with more than one model.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could effectively get 3, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks, 9 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rampage is your charge, isn't it? So.
Sorry. No, is it not?
No, Rampage is just if you're outnumbered, you get an additional D3 attacks.
All right, yeah. So it's
Rage is +2 attacks on the charge, which
4,
maybe
5,
what you're thinking of.
8 attacks, 9 attacks on the charge almost.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yep,
that's pretty good.
9 attacks at strength 6 AP2.
Yeah,
with shred.
Yeah,
that's going to annihilate terminate. Well, anything pretty much.
Or you could then go for 5 attacks. Is it rounding up or down? I can't remember.
Down, so 4 attacks.
So 4 attacks at strength 8 AP2 instant death.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Voice of Terror, which is his bolt gun, basically. So it's 24-inch range, strength 5 AP4, salvo 3/5, and rending.
Yep.
So if he doesn't move, he gets 5 shots with rending.
I was going to say, he's not relentless, is he?
No. Not at all.
But that's
a bit of a bugger. But
it is, but, you know, it's to be honest, you know, it's not that much of an issue giving up some heavy bolter shots. You know, at the end of the day, you want it in combat anyway. So,
well, he's not an an all-out chargey, kill everything.
No, he's not. You're probably going to get at least one round of shooting with him in the game at some point.
So.
I would have thought.
So the other cool thing that you can do is you can take a.
Yeah, he's got his own dedicated transport.
It's a pretty cool dedicated transport.
This is a pretty cool dedicated. I mean, it's relatively expensive.
It is.
So it says so what is that, the Atos?
Atos Dios.
Atos Dios. Following several attempts on Rogel Dawn's life, following the outbreak of the Horus Heresy, the Magos Tellura constructed for him a heavily customized personal gunship to convey him both in battle and to shield him as he conducted missions in respect of the defenses of Terra. This can be represented as a unique Thunderhawk gunship equipped with a turbo laser, which differs from the standard profile in that it possesses a single Titan Void Shield, the It Will Not Die special rule, an invulnerable save of 4+, and a missile type weapon. Against any missile type used against it. So it costs 600 points and may be taken as a dedicated transport for Rogel Dawn in any game of 3,000 points aside or more. It does not take up a Warlord of War choice. So this is pretty much like Perturago's Tormentor.
But better.
But better, because it's a freaking Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk.
Yeah.
With a Titan Void Shield.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty awesome.
So yeah, I've never seen it used.
Well, no, that's because I don't know if you know many people with Thunderhawks.
I was going to say I don't know many people with a Thunderhawk, to be honest with you.
Yeah. To be honest, Thunderhawk's like one of the models that you probably wouldn't use in a game because it's too like awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's fair.
You have this massive resin model on this like 20mm Perspex.
Yeah.
And like I'd be scared of knocking it over.
Yep. I agree.
Definitely.
I'd rather have a Warlord over a Thunderhawk.
Yeah.
Mainly so I can take a Psychic Warlord Titan.
Yeah, but yeah, Atos Dios is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Well, that is all the Imperial Fist units. So how would you go about building an army for Imperial Fist? Matt, I'll let you answer this because you've built Imperial Fist.
Yeah.
I have, yeah. I bought Calf, and then I bought 4 packs of breaches from Forge World, and then I bought orders, and then I bought 2 packs of Templar Brethren and Sigismund and Pollux, and basically just went like that. I would focus on personally. I would do Stone Gauntlet, even if you're not
Rite of War.
Yeah, even if you're not playing Zone Mortalis, actually, because having those toughness 5 troops just really helps with their survivability, especially if you can put apothecaries with them. I mean, yes, you're probably going to end up being outnumbered or having fewer big guns than the opponent because your troops cost so much more, but you're so much more survivable that it sort of makes up for it.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your strengths, like bolters. Use the bolters. Trust in the bolters.
Yeah, so your ballistic skill
BS5.
You're hitting on 2s with bolters.
Exactly. And that might not seem like much, but it really does make a difference.
Yeah. It's almost adding like a 25% chance of hitting on.
Yeah. Pretty much. It really does. I mean, yeah, bolters aren't particularly amazing, but
you've got 5 in 6 chance of hitting with a bolter.
Yeah, exactly. The more you can hit, the more saves you're forcing off the opponent, and that's always a good thing.
And I suppose with bolters, with like going against Terminators and that, like you always go volume of shots against Terminators. So
exactly,
having more hits means that you're going to cause more wounds, which then forces more saves for your opponent. Absolutely,
yeah. And take advantage of things like the storm shields.
Yeah.
You're one of only 2 legions that can take storm shields, and you're the only legion that can do it on toughness 5 Terminators.
Yeah.
So just thinking about that, the toughness 5 like benefit.
Yep.
It's almost as good as the Iron Hands -1 strength.
Yes, it is.
Because that's effectively what that does.
Yeah. I would say it's probably better actually,
Yeah.
because basically it means that a las cannon will still instant kill an Iron Hand because it's toughness, because it's strength 8, whereas it won't kill a breacher or a storm shield.
No, because they're toughness. Yeah,
they're toughness 5.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
Play
to Legion strength. Get your shields out. Get your toughness up.
Yeah.
Hide behind your shields. Yeah.
Hide behind things.
Every Imperial Fist army I've seen has breachers.
Yeah.
And that's because they're running Stone Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I think Stone Gauntlet is definitely like not. I mean, it's fun to play against, you know, but I'd say it's definitely
very frustrating. I know that.
I'd say it's definitely like one of the most powerful ways to play Imperial Fists.
The other option, of course, is forget about a Rite of War, or rather forget about that particular Rite of War. Go balls to the wall, Sigismund and Templars.
Yeah.
Everything in an assault transport. Charge up the table as quick as you can. Smash the crap out of everything.
How about putting Sigismund Templars in a Storm Eagle?
Yes, that's a very expensive assault unit that isn't going to get in combat until at least turn 3. Could you put Dawn, Sigismund, and Pollux with a load of Templar Brethren in a Mastodon
and a Primus Medicae?
And a Primus Medicae.
You could, yes. Although, well, yes, you could.
Actually,
but
no.
Maximum squad size for a Templar Brethren is only 10.
I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys.
Okay.
I was going to say, in terms, because obviously you can put different squads. You could put Sigismund and some Templar Brethren, and Pollux and some Wardens.
Yes, you could, yeah.
And Dawn.
Yeah.
And the Primus Medicae all in there, and then just decide where you wanted to put Dawn.
Yeah, exactly.
when you got out.
Exactly. And just charge all over the place and be a right pain in the bum. But
hilarious.
Yeah, I think realistically the two best options are probably going to be either a Stone Gauntlet list full of breachers and Phalanx Warders and Storm Shield Terminators, or an Assaulty Templar type list.
Well, I mean, in terms of how strong the Stone Gauntlet was, when you could play Heresy with the 7th edition 40k armies and whatever, I'm pretty sure I think you might have beaten my Necrons, and this was 7th edition Decurion Necrons. You know, so they were a strong army in themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Imperial Fists they're very, very survivable.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Although you rely a lot on bolters, because you get it makes the bolter fire very good, as long as you're not going up against like a fully mech army.
Yeah.
You know,
you're basically guaranteed to get some wounds off people, aren't you?
Yeah, you just get it through weight of fire with the bolters.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, even Necron warriors with reanimation protocols were going down quite quickly to bolt pistols, if I remember correctly. There was, I think a Wraith got killed by a bolt pistol.
Yeah, I think that may have happened a couple of times actually, but yeah, it was good. But yeah, that's how I'd do it. What would you guys do?
I mean, if I was, I mean, as you know, I've got a bloody Zone Mortalis board behind me, so I'm going to be talking a lot about Zone Mortalis. The Zone Mortalis Rite of War.
Yep.
With Pollux.
Yep.
So the Zone Mortalis Rite of War allows you to give a teleport to Legion Terminators. Pollux allows you to give it to another unit.
Yep.
So take Pollux with Breachers, Terminators, and you can effectively deep strike like 3 of your units. And then you can use the teleportation. You can effectively deep strike your entire army. But obviously you've got to start with something on the table.
Yeah, but that's where your quad bolter rapiers come in.
Yeah, because I think you get the shield thing as well in Zone Mortalis.
You get +1 invulnerable save actually to boarding shields or something, don't you?
Let me double check. I think it is something along those lines actually.
That's even worse. Toughness 5.
Yeah.
Toughness 5.
No, you won't get the toughness 5 because that's only on Stone Gauntlet.
Oh yes, because you're not taking the because you're taking the Zone Mortalis Rite of War.
Let me just quickly find it if I can. So, Shock Force, Legion Terminator squads may be selected as non-compulsory troop choices. Teleport assault. Any one Legion Terminator squad, including maybe strike special rule. Interlock and defense. When in a Zone Mortalis, a Legion breacher squad whose members, they get +1 invulnerable save.
But it's only on breaches.
They've got to be base to base. So your breachers gain +1 invul.
Yeah.
And I think Stone Gauntlet gives you the.
But you're not running Stone Gauntlet.
But you're not running Stone Gauntlet, no.
Because otherwise you'd be toughness 5 with a 4-up invulnerable save in combat.
That would be fairly unpleasant. Fairly unpleasant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a fan of that.
No.
Yeah,
indeed.
so you don't get the plus toughness. But still, the Zone Mortalis is still good because you're getting a 4-up invul in combat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Through your breachers, which is nothing to sniff at because that's pretty.
No, not at all.
So you basically get a free refractor field.
No, Iron
Halo.
Free Iron Halo.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And you're also getting 1 free teleport transponder essentially on Terminators.
Yeah, so to be honest, you'll probably do that. You take 2 Terminator squads, a breacher squad.
Yeah.
You'll give teleport from Pollux to the Terminator squad.
Yep.
You'll give the other Terminator squad the teleporter from the Rite of War.
Yep.
So that saved you
30 points. Yeah, exactly.
Already. And you could deep strike them behind enemy lines and then move the breaches up and pincer everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, to be honest. So yeah,
No, I like the sound of that.
that's cool. That's how the Zone Mortalis army I'd love to run is Pollux, 2 breacher squads,
Yeah.
Terminator squad, and 2 contemptors.
Yeah. That's basically 1,500 points, isn't it?
Yeah. Or drop one of the contemptors and run some heavy bolter rapier batteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, you're only you have to take melter bombs and that on your breaches and that to deal with other armor and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
but that's fair enough. You'd probably want to take them anyway, I would imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. That's kind of my dream Imperial Fist army. It'll always be a Zone Mortalis army, no matter what I do.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, Will, what would you do?
I would do a Stone Gauntlet, to be honest. I've always enjoyed playing the Stone Gauntlet. Well, I don't know, because the thing is, Stone Gauntlet for me is more Polluxy.
Yeah.
So I would probably bring Pollux with it, as much as I prefer Sigismund, but I feel like if I was running a Stone Gauntlet, I would want to bring Pollux.
His points are just make him so worth it.
Yeah,
he is very good.
The other thing that we've not been considering though with the Stone Gauntlet is the restrictions on elites and fast.
This is true.
Yeah.
So if you want to run loads of Terminators, you need to run loads of troops.
Yeah. So that's why I said I'd take the Zone Mortalis instead.
Yeah. I don't know. They're very tough, like the troops though.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. Yeah,
it's not that. I mean, it is still. If you're having to take loads and loads, it is still attacks, I guess. But it's not like you're being forced to take loads of tactical squads or.
Well, no, that's the other thing, because you only actually need the 2 breacher squads, and then you can take whatever other troops you want.
Yeah, exactly. So you can potentially bring the support squads or.
Yeah, well, you bring assault squads.
Yeah.
Because Stone Gauntlet is generally quite a slow list.
Yeah, indeed.
But so you could bring some assault squads to give you a bit of speed. Yes, they don't get any kind of bonus for being Stone Gauntlet, really. But it's just something different, isn't it?
The only other thing I would do with the list would be, it wouldn't be like competitive at all. It might not even be that fun to play. But I'd love to do like a list with the Imperial Fist that was just like completely defensive, just loads of heavy weapon squads, loads of stuff. And just, if I was doing like a scenario kind of game and I was defending and I could choose any army to play, I would definitely choose Imperial Fist and just do like a Siege of Terror. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Defense army, kind of thing. So like loads of squads of heavy support and heavy bolters and just.
Well, if you go in Siege of Terror, you could ally in some custodes.
Well, this is true. I also think the custodes look really good with the Imperial Fists.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The gold and the yellow, especially Dawn. I saw a picture. I can't remember where I saw it. of someone's army, and it was like an Imperial Fists army, but it had like an allied detachment of custodes, and like the Imperial Fist looked great, obviously, and the Custodes looked amazing, and Dawn was like with the Custodes.
Okay.
And it just looks so good. It looked so sort of like, I don't know, it just fits, I think.
Yeah.
Imperial Fist and
thematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've always, like, Imperial Fists have always had like a soft spot in my heart. I really like them. They always in all the stories they always get decimated.
I seem to remember, especially with the Fall of Cadia thing.
Yeah.
Someone had worked out that the entire Imperial Fist chapter should have been killed like 3 times over by now.
Oh, absolutely.
Based on the number of deaths in books and whatnot.
But it's the fact that like they even come into like Necromunda, because Necromunda is a really good recruiting place for Imperial Fists.
Yep.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
This is post heresy.
Yeah, the post heresy.
Yeah.
The Imperial Fists really like using, but the survivors from the Underhive kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like people that want to live, want to survive, and they're really good fighters and things like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Is that fluff from the Necromunda books, or is this?
No, it's sort of public knowledge kind of thing.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, they obviously during the heresy, most of the Imperial Fists came from Terra itself. I think they recruited from Terra, didn't they? Did they recruit from Terra? They did.
But then once they found Dawn, it was Inuit. Was the place they then started recruiting from. But they also recruited from all of the worlds that they garrisoned. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And what I love about the whole story of Dawn as well is the fact that he didn't speak to his legion until they proved themselves in battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, he turned up. He didn't even speak to any of his captains or any of his officers at all until he saw them in battle for the first time, and then he was like, "They're worthy of my leadership."
Yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
I was going to say that's a bit of a dick move, actually. But, to be honest,
and actually, he sort of comes across that way a bit in the books as well. But I think, but I think it's mostly because he follows the dream of the Empire so closely.
Yeah.
That it's especially once the heresy starts grinding on, he starts taking it a lot more personally. I think
he like his.
He's a daddy boy.
I mean, not quite like that, but I think a lot of the Primarchs were obviously very close to their legion, and not saying that he wasn't. I mean, I think until later on he got on very well with Sigismund and everything.
Yeah.
But I think his first loyalty was always to the Emperor and to the Imperium, rather than specifically to the Imperial Fists.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's why he took charge after, obviously, the events of the heresy.
Yeah,
and kind of rebuilt. he basically rebuilt Terra along with Gilliman and that. So, but he kind of took charge almost.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's always trying to do well or do good for humanity.
Yes, very much so.
He's one of the only Primarchs that has like humanity's sort of fate firmly set in his mind, along with the Salamanders.
And the Dark Angel. Wait, what?
Basically, all the others just don't care.
Yeah.
So they are good. I love the Imperial Fists. I love the history, backstory behind the Imperial Fists. They're a favourite army amongst players as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually think they've got some of the best Legion rules.
I think
because of the abundance of bolters and heavy bolters and bolt pistols and blah blah blah, and the re-rolling of hits in challenges and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I think they're actually very, very good rules wise.
It's the fact that they're making the weapons that your models come with better.
Yes, exactly.
I think in a way that one of the reasons why a lot of people that don't play them think they're so powerful is because of that. Because like in 40k, it's like I don't care if your bolt is a +1 ballistic skill because I've got shuriken catapults or Gauss rifles, but because every army has bolters as like their main weapon, and you can just look over at the Imperial Fists and oh well, 90% of the weapons over on that side are just straight up superior versions of mine.
Even if you want to charge like a tactical squad, it's just twigged in my head. You shoot your bolt pistols at +1 ballistic skill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you charge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a very good. I think it's a very understated rule because people are just like, oh, it's bolters. Who cares about bolters? Yeah. But when a lot of your army has bolters, which heresy armies do, it's a very, very good buff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when one bolter has +1 ballistic skill, you're like, I don't care. But when 40. 40 bolters have +1 ballistic skill, that's a lot more hits.
Yeah, so you're averaging so many more hits, which then means you got more wound rolls, which then, as I said, more wounds equals more saves.
Yeah, exactly.
And the more saves you can force your opponent to make, the more he's going to fail.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I really like them. And obviously the cover bow stuff are just icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're a very good leader.
They very much want you to play Stone Gauntlet, I feel, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of, the way that they've done it, they kind of make you want to play that and only that.
Yeah, I feel like they're best played as a defensive army.
Yeah.
Or rather in a defensive style. But then having said that, you've got things like Templars and you've got Storm Shields on Terminators that means you can still put out a very good attack or offensive type army as well if you wanted to.
I mean, the other thing we've forgotten as well is they kind of make you want to take heavy support squads.
Yeah, we get tank hunters. Yeah, exactly.
But I forgot about tank hunters.
Yeah. So that's what I was just realised. Like just taking your bog standard like autocannons with tank hunters, missiles with tank hunters. I mean, you can never underestimate a missile launcher with flak missiles with tank hunters makes that extremely good at anti-air.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And things like even las cannons with tank hunters is amazing.
Yeah,
they're very expensive, but
because you're always when you take las cannons, you get that one shot, and normally out of 5, you're probably hit with 1, maybe 2. That's how it seems to go with me. And then just having that tank hunters, because that's all. It's like melter guns. I mean, Matt, in our game, how many melter guns actually hit?
I think it was 2 out of 5.
Oh my god!
But then you also destroyed me on Overwatch.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it with
a recurring thing with my Leviathans?
But I don't think any of our Dreadnought.
Was it Melter Overwatch?
Yes.
I swear, in all of our games, Melter just hits Overwatch.
Yep.
Yeah, I got two hits on Overwatch with Melter. And,
with your last 2 guys, I think.
And then I exploded the Leviathan.
Didn't that happen in our last game as well?
Yes.
Where I think it was a Contemptor.
No, it was a Leviathan.
It was good. I mean, just that. Oh, tank hunters is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, tank hunters on rotor cannons.
They're only strength 4.
Why?
No, they're strength 3.
Oh, jeez, are they? They're strength 4.
But as you say, like,
sorry, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, even on heavy bolters, because you got the +1 ballistic skill.
Yeah.
But tank hunters on heavy bolters makes you much better at sort of chewing through rhinos and all the other.
Oh, absolutely.
You
shred rhinos, side armor of predators.
Yeah.
Even if you get rear armor of things like Sicarians and stuff.
Well, actually, like most predator chassis stuff or rhino chassis stuff has got side armor 11.
Yeah.
So if you
on the rear,
so if you bought if you can't combat squad heavy support squads, but if you bought 2 squads of heavy support squads and put them on separate ends of the table, you're going to get side armor.
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
2 or something.
Absolutely.
And then you can just. Yeah, that's very good.
It's worth thinking about, definitely.
What were you going to say, Matt?
I was going to say I don't know if you've seen the comment on Facebook. James posted about this.
Yeah.
Not sure if you've seen the comment. So I was going to ask you the question: if it had been Dawn that was sent to Prospero instead of Lehman Russ, would the outcome have been the same?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was from Dan, Big Mick Dan's goal.
If Dawn had gone to Prospero instead of Lehman Russ, well, I don't know Dawn when, like, obviously Leman Russ had the big problem with Magnus and the Psychers specifically, which I think helped make it easier for him. I don't know if Dawn had a big problem with Psychers, whether he went.
He was for the edict.
He didn't create a librarius for his own legion, though.
No, I don't believe he did.
Well, I suppose the thing is, because obviously, is it still the fluff that his that Horus basically told Leman Russ to kill Magnus?
He changed the transmission.
He changed the transmission from because it was originally just capture. If Dawn had got that and thought it was updated orders from the Emperor, I feel like he may have even been more zealous in doing it than Leman Russ was.
Yeah,
because if he thought it was orders directly from the Emperor, you know, I feel like he would, if he got an order straight from the Emperor, he would be even more zealous in carrying it out than even Leman Russ would have been.
True. Do you not think he would have maybe been a bit more reluctant because it was a complete shattering of the Imperial dream?
I think, yeah, he probably would have questioned it a lot more because
I don't think if he'd got a transmission from Horus saying we've got new orders from the Emperor, blah blah blah, you need to do this. I think I don't think he would have gone along with it quite as readily as Leman Russ did. But because obviously I don't know how it was actually played out. If Horus was able to convince Dawn that it had come from the Emperor and it was the Emperor's will, I think Dawn would have gone all out and just I don't even know if he would have landed. I think he might have just completely obliterated the planet from because I think Dawn was very much like what the Emperor says I will do to the very last word.
Yeah, that's a good. I hadn't considered that. That is a good point.
Yeah, I think
he would have virus bombed.
I think in terms of the legions because I think you can see something in Dawn of all of the legions that he, all of the chapters that he spawned.
Definitely.
And I think his loyalty to the Emperor is where you get the Black Templates from. Yeah, and I think he would absolutely, without question, just follow an order from the Emperor and just. If he thought that's what the Emperor wanted, he would just completely wipe out the planet and not even give Magnus a chance to talk.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That is a facet that I hadn't considered. Actually.
But again, I think before that he would be like, I need to check this first because
because I mean, there's not much. I don't really know how Dawn felt about Magnus. I don't know what their relationship was like. They don't seem to have ever really come across one another.
Russ didn't like Magnus, did he? Anyway, so
no, not at all.
No. Well, Russ didn't like anyone, to be honest. So,
yeah,
he liked the lion. He did
until they got drunk.
Pretty sure they were best friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Friend. Yeah.
Cool. So we've got a couple of minutes left. Anyone in the chat got any questions or anything you want us to answer? And yeah, we'll sit and wait for a couple of minutes and see if anything comes through. But yeah, it's basically Imperial Fists. They're a pretty good legion.
I think so.
Out of the ones we've done so far, what have we done? We've done
Iron Warriors, Emperor's Children, and
Custodians.
Imperial Fists. Well, yeah, they're not really a legion.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough choice for me between Imperial Fists and Iron Warriors.
Ironically, given that they absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
I like the Imperial Fists out of the legions that we've done.
Yeah.
But I have to say, talking today has made me want to do a Blood Angels 30k list. Don't know why, especially. But yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe. I've got.
Then we can do a Siege of Terror list, a Siege of Terror game where somebody can take my Imperial Fists. We can run your Blood Angels. We've got Death Guard, Word Bearers.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, Iron Hands weren't there.
No, but they can turn up at the end.
So what legions were at Terror?
All of the traitors.
All of the traitors and White Scars, Blood Angels, Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the Night Lords were there, weren't they?
Yes.
Oh, see, White Scars. Oh, they're one of my like guilty pleasures.
Yeah, I love White Scars. The books are just they
Not
paint
many
them in
people.
such an
Not many
awesome
people
light.
do White Scars because it's the physical painting of the army
Mhm.
Yeah,
and the fact
and
that
it's so expensive.
Yeah, because it's all bikes.
Yeah, it's all,
Yeah. I see something from Dan in the chat. What's Dan saying?
Dan,
I feel like
sorry.
I feel like Russ's relationship with Magnus and the Thousand Sons led to him being too ready to carry out the order. Dawn would have called it. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I think is that Dawn would have questioned the order more. But if Horus had been able to convince Dawn that the order was legit, Dawn would have been even more
He would
brutal than. Yeah, he would. I think if Dawn had thought the order was legit, he wouldn't have even landed on the planet. He would have just blown it out of the sky.
Yeah, just blasted it to pieces using
yeah,
phalanx.
Yeah, I genuinely think, because I think that's what the kind of person he was. If he got an order from the Emperor, he would just do it without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed it, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. We were actually discussing before we started streaming. Again, going back to the conversation about Callum's most recent video and Heresy Kill Team, that could be quite a good way of getting more information and introductions into the Heresy setting, because it's only like 5 to 10 models that you need.
Yep, that's a good idea.
And you can just do little groups. Obviously, I don't want to steal Callum's thunder because that's the direction he's taking tabletop banter in. But certainly, it'd be a good thing to consider for just little quick games, and just to practice painting different legions, even if it
means I can live up to my name.
Yeah,
the Changer of Armies. I can paint as much as I like.
Because all you need is a little 5-man, 10-man squad of stuff.
Buy a Battle of Calf and I can do every legion.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So. So next week, guys, if you want to put some questions down below that you want in the comments or anything in the Facebook group of anything, because what we're going to do is a Legion video every other week.
Yep.
Until we've done them all, and then maybe the red books might be redone by then.
Yeah, who knows?
Probably not. I think we'll be waiting quite a long time for those red books.
And then we can probably go into actually doing the Space Marine book and things like that. So we're going to do Legions and that every other week, and then between each of those weeks, we're going to do like just a general chit chat.
Some bobs. Yeah.
And there might be shorter streams, maybe, I don't know. But it will be about stuff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Craig. Looking at your vertical board would look wicked with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd look cool.
And in answer to your question, we are working our way through the red book. So the next Legion is number 8. Everybody's favourite space Batmans.
The Night Lords.
Night Lords.
I love the Night Lords.
They are the one army I hate the most.
I might restart a Night Lords Legion.
Oh, dude, you have to. Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be Night Lords next. Craig, obviously, we would get on to our favourite one, the best one at some point.
Well, that'll be after Night Lords because Blood Angels aren't in the red book.
Yeah. So, Craig, 4 weeks, and we will be doing Iron Hands. And I cannot wait.
When did you say that? 4 weeks?
Maybe 4 weeks?
1, 2.
Maybe 3 weeks.
I might not be around that point because that's the weekend I'm going to be moving.
All right,
but we'll play that by ear anyway.
I'll tell you what, when you're moving, we probably won't do a stream because there'll be a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
fair enough. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.
It's been very good. Yes,
and for questions and comments and getting involved. We very much appreciate it. James and I are off to Greetings of the Warp next weekend, so that is on the 5th and 6th of May. No, you're not, unfortunately. Well, that'd be really cool if you were.
I know. I'm sorry.
Just quickly, anyone who's seen the video from my visit there last year, I'm going to try and do the same again.
Yep.
I want to get a video clip of every single army that's attended on the Armies on Parade at lunchtime.
Yep.
And I just want to try and maybe get some little clips and that of the event itself. So people know what to expect, because it is a good event to go to. It is so good. It's done so well. I think there's like 60 odd players attending this time, which is the biggest one they've done.
Yeah,
So
it should be
That's
pretty awesome, I think.
So we're basically
Very much
filling
looking forward
2
to it.
school halls with the amount of players that are coming.
Nice.
So-
That will be very good. I am very sad I can't make it, but
Yeah, well, next year.
yeah, next year.
Oh, it's an event I will probably go to quite often.
Yeah.
They do good events.
If you give me till next year, I might have an army painted.
Maybe.
And then obviously Matt, with his move in, he's going to be closer to that event as well. So
Yes, indeed I am. And also, the week after Greetings, I'm off down to Cardiff for Tabletop Banter's event. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks for me.
Yeah, 'cause then
Indeed.
I've got, what have I got? I've got that in May. Then I'm going to, I've got the Legion of Lies event in June.
Hmm.
And then obviously we want to try and plan something for Warhammer World in September as well. So
Yes, we do. Hopefully with a lot of you fine, lovely
Yeah.
people.
Indeed.
just got to decide on a weekend in September.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously we'll let everybody know once we've come up with a date for that.
Ideally, I want it like closer, well, not as close to Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably
Slightly
beginning,
earlier in
beginning of
September.
And it'd be good if we can get some games with some of you guys up there as well, because we'll probably end up being there the whole weekend. So
Absolutely.
we'll do the same as what we did last time.
Yeah. Sounds like a flipping good plan to me.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you very much, everybody. There'll be one more stream before we've got Greetings. So I don't know, maybe we'll talk about tournament stuff next week or Zone
I
Master.
suppose because I've got 3 days to. I haven't even sent off my list yet for it. So
Yeah, you should probably write that army.
Yeah,
list.
it's not,
I've got,
not a bad
three,
idea.
3 days to submit it. So I suppose next week we could probably go over our lists and just show people what a typical 3,000 point list, or what we would take for 3,000 points for a. It's not a tournament; it's a narrative event. So
Yeah.
But it is like, I think people, because it's the end of a campaign, are bringing some nasty stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be overly horrific. There seem to be a lot of the things in the rules pack saying don't bring dick kicking lists.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going to be all fluffy and cuddly, and I'm sure.
What do you mean it's not going to be fluffy and cuddly?
Well, it's because you're not there, Will.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So yeah, but cheers, guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
thanks
Indeed,
that was
thank you
very
very
good.
much.
And
thank you for your
we'll
continued
catch you.
support.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I mean, should we quickly mention these coins that we might do?
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got the we know some of you guys can't actually ever go to Warhammer World, so myself and Matt picked up. We've got 4 sets of coins.
Yep.
I want to keep one for myself. But, so we
Get one next time. We're there for you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we've got probably 4 chances of a giveaway. So
Well, or we could do 8 if we only do the one. We could do 1 coin and a couple of dice or something, or we could do a full set of coins. Either way, but yeah, if
dice as well, yeah.
Yes, we got some WBG dice now. Let us know. Give us some ideas of what would be a good competition to run, I suppose, or if we just pick people at random, maybe, and give them to them, or something like that. If there's anything you particularly want to try and do in order to win like a coin or 2.
I was going to say, I'm all for just doing giveaways to say thank you for people. But if there is anything fun or you think, would be interesting to do, then give us ideas,
absolutely.
because it was, doing a random.
We should do a meme competition.
I feel like we could do that. Actually.
We probably could. Yeah.
Get
a picture of us and just caption it or something. And we'll choose,
choose
the best caption.
I think that's the thing. We should pick a picture, and then the best meme wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
We'll have to think about it.
Maybe we do that.
Just to make it, a bit more, because as much
more interactive. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, just a bit more fun for you guys.
We could do 3 separate ones. A picture of each of us.
Yeah.
So a picture of like each of us.
Yeah.
And then a 4th one could be all 3 of us together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the 4 sets of coins.
Yeah. You can take the pictures from any clip from any video you want.
Yeah.
Of ours.
Go through our videos and Find a
Yeah, so like on the intro with Will dressed up in his normal weekend clothes.
My normal weekend attire.
You know, just something could be quite funny doing it that way around. But anyway, it's now 11:05. We've been going for just over 2 hours. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Mark, Craig, Dan, and everybody. Callum, Richard, looking back up the list and seeing everybody. That's Craig again. Mark, Mythos, obviously. Peter, Mark again. Loads of people. Very grateful. Very much enjoyed it this time. We hope you did too. And we will see you again next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
See you later, guys.
Very musical. Thank you very much.